Alright everybody, how you guys doing today? It's Joe Saglimbeni again here at my channel, Joe Saglimbeni. And today I thought of making a video on passion and whether passion equals success, or more like it, following your passion, does it equal success? And I know this is a tough topic, and a lot of people have different passions all the time, and sometimes they just fail. They follow and they fail. My passion goes a long time ago. It started a long time ago, back when I was in high school. And before I get into it, I think you should understand that your passion, following your passion, may take a long time. It may take decades. To succeed in your passion may take decades. You may never succeed from following your passion. I don't want to be tough on you about this, or I don't want to scare you away. But I'm sure there's more failures when people follow their passion than there is success. In my case, I believe I succeeded when I followed my passion, though it did not happen on a short in a short time. I started following my passion when I was in high school, like I said before, and my passion was the stock market. Late in high school, maybe senior year, I started learning about the stock market. What are stocks? What is this called? Why do stocks make people money? Why does a company issue stock? And I didn't know anything of this, so I started learning a little bit about it. My interest was there, but I didn't invest in any stocks when I was in high school. What I instead did was I bought Treasury savings bonds, double E savings bonds from the United States Treasury, and I bought it through a bank. So as I was buying these treasuries and buying these savings bonds, my banker, who I don't remember his name, said to me, "Joe, why don't you learn about other things than savings bonds?" I mean, savings bonds back then, I think, were paying, I want to say 6% interest, which nowadays would be immense. And money markets, like your money market account you have now, were paying 6 or 7. So basically, I was still losing money while playing or investing in savings bonds. So I said to him, "Well, why do you say that?" He goes, "Oh, you can invest in money market funds," he said, which were paying 7%. Money market funds now do not pay 7%. While I'm making this video, they certainly don't pay 7%. You're lucky to get 1% from a money market fund or a CD. So I took what he said and I kept it in my head. And then I went to college. When I went to college, I picked business management as my major, thinking, oh, that's the future, business management. This is like, I want to say 1986, 87. Actually, it was like 86. It was 87, actually. And the reason why I said it was because while I was in my economics class in college, the stock market crash of 1987, which is pretty famous, happened. And all of a sudden, my thoughts of stocks came alive again. And I was looking at my teacher in economics, and my teacher was not even mentioning the stock market crash. I mean, she hardly said anything about the stock market crash. I was like, why? I mean, it seems like the report was on the newspaper right there, October 1987, stock market crash. So this prompted me to finally figure out what this whole thing was all about. And that's what I did. I ended up going to a full-service brokerage house. and buying mutual funds. I still didn't invest in individual stocks yet, mutual funds. And these mutual funds were in a big brokerage house, which now was taken over by Wells Fargo, if you know the bank. But I got a kick out of it. I saw the mutual funds were going up because after the crash of '87, the following year after that, the stock market kept going all the way up, and as you know, into the '90s. But my mutual funds were moving pretty good. I was like getting a kick out of it. The only problem is I was paying commissions, high commissions for these mutual funds, and I started thinking about, can I do this stuff on my own? So I started, how do I learn? I started saying to myself, how do I learn to do this? So I went to the library and started looking up information about stocks, and I came across Value Line. Value Line did charts and they did analysis, and you could get it for free at the library. But the charts were old, maybe a month old. But they would have, if I remember, they would have a long-term chart, 9 months, a year, of a chart of a company that you were picking. And it's so long ago, I don't remember how easy it was to pick the company I was looking at. I remember my first investment was RJR Nabisco, which is no longer a ticker symbol, but they did two things, I believe: cigarettes and cookies and food, like cookies and treats and stuff like that, and cigarettes. And that was one of my first investments. I do not remember how well I did. I eventually sold it. I don't know if I made money or not, but that was the first stock, RJR Nabisco, that I invested in. And that started me on my passion. And that's what this video was about. I started following my passion, which became individual securities, individual stock investments. That's when I started working on my passion. I started reading. I started analyzing. I started to look at more charts at Value Line. I started to learn about earnings per share, revenue, sales, market cap, moat, how strong this company was. Did they have a monopoly, or was it like a monopoly? And I learned all this stuff during my college years, but not from college, believe it or not. I ended up not graduating with a 4-year degree in college. I did get a 2-year degree, but not a 4-year degree. I ended up becoming a blue-collar worker, truck driver, and I became a full-time truck driver in my early 20s. But while I was driving my truck, I was making money. I was slowly investing in mutual funds. I still had the RJR Nabisco stock, right? And I started thinking, what should I invest in, And I started thinking and looking around at all the companies or all the things that I was doing. Like I was drinking Pepsi, or I was drinking Tropicana, or I was drinking Gatorade, or Michael Jordan. If you guys know who Michael Jordan is, hopefully you guys do. He's the GOAT, the greatest of all time. Anyway, Michael Jordan was drinking Gatorade, and Michael Jordan had Nike Air Jordans made by Nike. I started saying, wait a minute here, what? Let me look into these companies, And this started a streak of me looking up companies that may or may not have a moat, but were successful brands. One of my first investments was PepsiCo. And to this day, it's one of the stocks that started my cousin Phil Saglimbeni onto basically him becoming a successful investor. It was called the, I mentioned it during, I mentioned PepsiCo during the Pepsi conversation. And what was I doing? I was in a supermarket, going down an aisle and looking at all the brands that Pepsi owned, and how they were on the shelf, like the real estate that they occupied on the shelf of the supermarket. And that was one of my first investing ideas that I gave to Philip. And I will leave a link to Philip's Instagram down below, by the way. And while I'm here, you might as well subscribe, like, comment, and even share this video. Please share it, because sharing is caring. And I'll never forget that conversation. And one day I'll do a video, maybe with Philip, about the Pepsi conversation. But this video is about passion. And whether your passion will equal success. In my case, I believe passion has equal success, because to this day, mostly what I invest in is individual stocks. I do have some real estate, which, by the way, the real estate I have a home. The part of the real estate, the down payment for my home, was because of my success with stock market investing. So I think, depending on your passion, it may take a long time to succeed. Whether it's a YouTube video, whether you're a creator, YouTube content creator, and that's your passion, whether you like to, I don't know, draw and paint, and maybe you sell paintings and that's your passion. Just know that it's difficult. It took me many decades to get where I am now. And I know that these videos look like, they're not super professionals, because my passion was never a YouTube creator. My passion was investing, and specifically stock market investing. So today I wanted to let you guys know that I want you guys to follow your passion. To just be careful, and know it may take a long time for you to succeed. And on that note, I'm going to say goodbye. Goodbye.